All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I am going to go live on Instagram at the same time. So give me just 1 second to get this set up here, and we will be good on all platforms. All right. So we've got Instagram here. We got Facebook and LinkedIn here. Good morning, guys. Really looking forward to this conversation today about video tech and tools, and it's actually kind of funny. Hey Mary, how are you? Good morning. Hey Abby, good to see you. Oh, hey guys, it's so cool to see everyone coming in. Good morning. So just so you know, I am live on both LinkedIn and Instagram, so we're kind of going back and forth here, but I wanted to do a training for you on video tech and tools. And, it's so funny because I get this question a lot from my clients, from students. Hey, Heather, good morning. Hey, Nadia. Instagram's popping this morning. I don't know about Facebook and LinkedIn. Are you guys here? Let me know. Type in the comments if you're in here. Let me know if you're joining. So, I get this question all the time about video tech and tools from my students, from my Visible Leaders Facebook group members. And it's so funny to me because when it comes to tech, I'm kind of like an 80-year-old. And no offense to my my 80 plus community. Because I work with some of you and I love you dearly. However, I am not the most tech savvy, and a lot of my approach has not required being super tech savvy either. So the good news with all of this is that if you were looking to figure out what sort of video tech you need to be using to launch your LinkedIn videos or your Instagram videos or whatever, trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay. Oh, hey, Andrew over on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Good to see you. So guys, with all of this, the main thing that I would encourage you to do is keep it really simple. Keep it really simple. Now, I am going to be sharing this morning, for those of you who are on Facebook and LinkedIn, I'm going to be sharing a couple of visuals. I know a number of you are joining from Instagram, so if you want to hop over and join me live on one of those platforms, feel free to do it. You don't have to be able to see the visuals. I think 1 or 2 of them is helpful, but you can still also take notes. But let me know in the comments as you all are coming in, what's your biggest question when it comes to video tech or tools for your brand? What's the biggest question, concern, pain point? Where do you get hung up? Let me know, because I get this question all the time. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do a little training on it for you guys, and hopefully it's helpful. And I wanted to just share a couple of mistakes that I see people making that I think can really hold you up if any of these apply to you. So the first is focusing too much on the tech over the value of the content that you're putting out. So focusing too much on tech over the value of the content that you're putting out and delivering. And it's so easy to get caught up in the tech, because that's like, for some of us, that's probably not so much me, but for some of you, that's the sexy stuff, that's the fun stuff, that's what you can, it almost becomes, I see for some people, it can become an avoidance mechanism of actually showing up and doing the work and putting yourself out there. And what I mean by that is I will get questions from people who I know have been saying they're going to start doing consistent LinkedIn videos or Facebook videos for a while. And they're like, hey, I'm still trying to figure out what the right mic is to use. Or, hey, I'm still trying to figure out what the right captioning tool is to use. And it ends up being this procrastination that's cleverly disguised as perfectionism. So if you find yourself doing that, get real with yourself and say, hey, am I actually just procrastinating and avoiding doing the work and putting myself out there by thinking I have to have perfect tech and perfect tools in order to do so? One of my favorite quotes from my mentor that always helps me is, perfectionism is for poor people. So I just want you to remember that with anything you're doing, whether it's your video content, your business building, perfectionism is for poor people. Okay. So when you're putting your stuff out there, when you're building your brand, when you're growing your visibility, waiting until you have it all figured out waiting until you have the right quote unquote tech to do it, it's a delay mechanism. It's a stall tactic. The most successful people who I see really excel in this area, they choose to get their stuff out there. They're like, I'm going to figure it out as I go. And they don't wait until they have the perfect lighting, mic, etc. In order to do it. So hopefully that helps. Hey guys who are joining on Instagram, so good to see you guys in Share Raleigh, Dimitri, ECB Construction. Am I saying your name? And Natanya Shea, hopefully I'm saying that right. But hey guys, so I am live on both Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn this morning, so you guys will kind of see me going back and forth, but we're talking about my favorite video tech and tools. So with that long preamble about why at the end of the day, the tech isn't the most important thing, I am happy to share with you what I use and what works well for me. The mindset for success with all of this is you want to let the tech follow the strategy. You want to let the tech follow the strategy. So get clear first on what is your strategy? What do you actually need your videos to accomplish for you? Are you going to be podcasting and sharing them as an audio podcast? If so, it's probably important for you to have a decent mic. If not, I wouldn't worry too much about buying an expensive mic. Are you wanting to do high production value videos for YouTube? If so, you're going to be investing in better lighting. If not, you probably don't need to worry about it as much, right? So really get clear on the tech first, and then that will inform your strategy. That will inform what sort of tech you need to be buying. Let's see here. Heather is saying, do you suggest using a teleprompter? Great question, Heather. So I actually am going to speak to that a little bit in the presentation. So I do have a couple of slides of just like my favorite tools that I'm going to be sharing over on Facebook and LinkedIn this morning. In general, I don't. I do suggest having notes. So I suggest having like a notes. Actually, let me tell you this, I'm going to get to it and I'm going to talk through what I use. I find using a teleprompter awkward though, but I will share with you, there is an app you can use that I have used when I'm doing ads or something where I have to say something verbatim, but I just find it never feels natural to me. I always end up like feeling really rushed or hurried. I think for a lot of people it works. For me, it's not ideal, but I do think it is helpful to have some sort of notes that you have pulled up in front of you that you can kind of go from and read, even if it's just bullet points. So I will speak to that shortly, and great question. So let's, over here on Facebook and LinkedIn, guys, I'm gonna share with you, let me see here. Can I share my screen? Is it letting me do this? One moment. You know what? For some reason, it is not allowing me. This is it, guys. Sometimes with tech and tools, it's not, it doesn't cooperate. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to talk through it. Okay. So Instagram, you are not missing out on any visuals here because for some reason, StreamYard isn't letting me share my screen. So it's all good. And we're going to work through it. So I think there are three key things that you do need in order to be well equipped for success with your video content. And the first is very simply going to be, you need some sort of a camera, right? Now, for a lot of you, you can just use the built-in camera on your laptop or on your phone. That's what I use. I don't have a separate camera that I'm using, setting up. It's all just literally the camera on my laptop or my phone. That's what I've used for years. It's simple, it's easy. If you do not have, if you don't have one built in, which I think most of us do at this point, but if you don't, or you're working for a company where they don't let you have a webcam on your laptop, then there is an article. If you search Laptop Mag Best Webcams, it'll show you a list of some of the best webcams of 2019 and 2020. So you can purchase an external webcam. So you definitely need the camera. I also will sometimes I'll use Zoom to record. So when I'm recording for my podcast, I do an audio and a video podcast. And by the way, if you haven't listened, go check it out. Instant Impact with Elyse Archer. We have great guests on every single week. It's all about how to build an influential personal brand in a world-class network. So really good content there. I may be biased, but I think it's pretty darn good. And I use Zoom to record that. So you can use Zoom for recording your video. But I also will often just use the photo booth. If you're an Apple user, I just use the photo booth that's built in to my laptop to record the video. So those are my tools for the actual camera video portion. Again, you'll see this is super simple, guys. In terms of lighting, the most important thing is you need some sort of front Let's see here. All right, are we back? Okay, guys, sorry about that. I tried to set my phone on Do Not Disturb, and for some reason, calls are still coming in. So you need some sort of good front-facing light in front of you. So what you can do is either position yourself so that you've got a window in front of you with the light coming into your face, kind of like if you guys are watching me right now. It's not so bad on Facebook or LinkedIn, but it is on Instagram. There's light behind me right now, so it's actually not ideal. I'll probably shut the blinds the next time I do this. But I do have a ring light in front of me. So you could either get in front of a window where you've got the light coming onto your face, or I use the Diva Ring Light Supernova as my light. And that's a really good one. It's lasted me for years. You can get it on Amazon for under probably, $300 now. I haven't looked at pricing in a while, but that one is really, really good. So some sort of lighting. And then with audio, again, most of our tech today has good enough audio that you don't necessarily need some sort of external audio. And again, it really depends on what the purpose is. You can use the audio just on your phone if you've got a decent phone. You can also use earbuds or headphones. Most of that is going to be good enough for your purposes. Now, again, if you are podcasting, if you are doing something where the audio is more important, you might consider an external mic. So what I actually just got this one recently. This is the blue. What is this? Let me turn this around so you guys can see it. Let me see that okay. This is the Yeti Blue Mic, and it's been working okay. I'm still having some issues with like echo on it, so it's not my favorite so far, but we're getting it adjusted. But some sort of an external mic for you is going to be helpful. And so those are the three things. It's your camera, it's your light, and it's your audio. That simple. It's that simple. Now, when it gets to some special tools for like Heather had a question on Teleprompter, or how do you know what to say, I'm going to share with you my other favorite kind of like, I would say these are extra cherry on top tools that have helped me a lot with video. So the first is if you're looking to have some sort of a prompting with what to say, and I do recommend not totally winging it. I've tried winging it, and I find that when I do, I'm all over the place. It's not organized at all. And I've also tried to do it totally scripted, and that feels really awkward too. So my very favorite thing to do is I just use the notes function on my laptop or on my phone, and I'll go and I'll do bullet points. And it's like even today for this training, at the very top of my notes, I had, here are the mistakes I see people make. Here's the mindset. And so it just helps you, it helps you stay organized and not sound so scripted that it sounds unnatural, but it also is going to help you kind of come back to your points if you find that you're missing it. So Heather, that's my recommendation. I just use the notes function on my computer or on my phone, and that works really well. Now, with that being said, if you want a teleprompter, what I found that works pretty well is the Teleprompter app. And it's free. You can download it from the App Store. So Teleprompter app, if you need a teleprompter for something. But again, I would stay away from it if you can, because it just, to me, it feels awkward. Hey, for those of you who are joining on LinkedIn, it's so good to see you guys. For some reason, StreamYard isn't telling me today who you are when you're in the comments. So I'm just saying LinkedIn user. So apologies that I can't personally greet you, but so glad to have you joining. And please do put comments or questions about video tech and tools in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them for you as well. Now, one-to-one videos, you guys have probably heard me sing the praises to the roof of this company, but I will continue doing it. If you need a great tool to send a one-to-one video to somebody, so maybe you're in sales, maybe you are a speaker and you're looking to connect with more meeting planners, or like I said, you're in sales and you're trying to connect with more customers, my very favorite tool is BombBomb. I adore BombBomb. It has helped me close six-figure deals I otherwise would not have gotten from people who were like ignoring me when I would call and email and text. And so what BombBomb does is it will actually embed a video in an email for you. Now, some of you may say, well, can't I just send the video as an attachment or send a link to the video on YouTube? You can, but the problems with that is, for sending it as an attachment, it's usually going to be too big of a file size, and it may get caught in somebody's spam filter. Sending it as a YouTube link, especially if the person doesn't really know you, they may click on it, but they may also think that you're spam and not click on it. So I've tried doing both of those. They haven't worked well for me. What I love with BombBomb is it embeds an animated preview of the video into the email, so that when somebody gets the email, they can see you. Like, I'll normally kind of do like a little wave like this, or I may hold up a sign with their name on it. That's one of my favorite tools. And with that, you can actually get a 2-week free trial if you go to vid.us/Elyse. It's vid.us/Elyse. You can get a 2-week free trial, and you also get some special video training from me, just on how I use it. And full disclaimer, I am an affiliate partner of theirs. So if you end up purchasing from them afterwards, I do make a small, it's very small, but I make a small commission on that. So do what makes sense for you. But I became a partner because I've loved it so much and I've used it for so many years. I'm a huge, huge fan of it. But you'll also get connected with my rep, John, there, who's amazing. Just checking some comments. Oh, hi, Annalise. How are you? Good morning. Lois sent on LinkedIn is saying, how do you broadcast to so many platforms at the same time? Great question. So I'm using StreamYard. So that is actually, I was going to talk about that a little bit later, but I will just share it. So in terms of live video and what's called simulcasting, there's a lot of different platforms out there that you can use. I've tried a number of them, and I find for a lot of them, like I told you guys at the beginning, I'm kind of like an 80-year-old with a lot of the tech stuff. They're too complicated for me. StreamYard is easy. So I personally am a fan of StreamYard, and that's what I'm using right now. You can stream to Facebook, LinkedIn, once you're approved for LinkedIn Live. I think YouTube, you can't. I don't think you can do anything to Instagram yet. So I've got my Instagram on my phone to the right of my laptop. And then on my laptop, I've got StreamYard going, and that's broadcasting to Facebook and LinkedIn. So hope that helps answer the question. Hey, I see Flashback 09. Good morning. So that is for one-to-one videos, my very favorite tool. The other thing to be thinking about, and again, with this stuff, guys, like, get the basics handled first and then add on some of these things. If you're just like, I haven't done my first video and I need to get myself out there and do that, like, do it without any of this extra tech I'm sharing you about, and then you can add on over time. But as you do elevate your presence and work to get more polished and professional, one of the things that is really helpful is having a captioning tool. The number that I've read is around 85% of most videos today are watched without the sound on. So think about that, right? People are, in a quote unquote normal world, they're at the office and they're on social media while they're supposed to be working, and we need to help them be able to read your video. So one of my favorite tools for doing that, for adding captions onto videos, is Splasheo. Splasheo. I'm friends with the owner. They're based out of Australia. They're amazing. They do captions and content for some of the world's biggest personal brands, but they do really, really good work. And to me, what I like is it's easy. There's a lot of different ways to add captions. You can do it manually. Splasheo is a paid service. For me, because I would like to just have it done and be easy, I would rather pay to have somebody do it and make it simple. And they can also brand the video for you as well. So that one's kind of nice. And you can get, I think it's 4 free videos at splasheo.com/Elyse if you just want to try it out and see. So I am sharing some of my favorite tools where I am partners with them today, just so you guys know. And then there's also a lot where I'm not a partner. So this is literally my favorite tools, whether I'm a partner with them or not. But I've chosen really carefully the tools that I do partner with, because I really care about you guys getting the best quality and making sure that you're getting what actually works. And I've tried a bunch that I'm not a fan of as well. And I'm not going to talk about those on this live. So in terms of planning, so we've talked about one-to-one videos. We've talked about captions. A couple other things to think about, and these are things that I use on a regular basis. One of the things that I think is really helpful, especially for those of you who are building big brands on Instagram, is Later. So I use later.com to plan out Instagram posts and videos, to plan out stories. So that's a good one as well. There's a couple of different ones. There's also Planoly that you can use, and I've used that one before too. To me, Later was just a little bit more intuitive. and a little bit easier. But those are both great options for you. Let's see what else. I'm going through, I had a little presentation for you guys, and I'm going through it because I can't, for some reason, I can't share it on the screen right now. So just looking at what else I had for you. Okay, for editing images. So for a lot of your videos, you'll probably want to have some sort of an edited cover image, specifically if you're putting out videos on YouTube or maybe on IGTV, and you'll want to have something that looks good that can go on top of the video. My team and I just use Canva. Canva is super easy. I think they have a free version, but you can be terrible at design and you can look like you're good at design. Just with the templates and the tools that they have there. So I highly recommend using Canva. We've used it for years. I really like it. The other thing I like about it is you can set up your brand fonts and colors in it. So you basically have like a brand kit. So anytime you go to create a new piece of content, you're going to have like automatically the right colors, the right fonts that are pre-uploaded for you. So that one is really good. And we do use the paid version. I think the paid version is what you have to use for the brand kit, but I believe they do have a free version as well. So if you're not using that, I would check it out. Loisen already asked about broadcasting to multiple platforms, but I was going to say my favorite tool for LinkedIn Live or for simulcasting is StreamYard. I have tried a couple of different ones, and I found that a number of them are just really clunky. With LinkedIn Live, at least the last time I checked, you still have to use a third-party platform to stream and to broadcast. So you've got to pick some sort of external platform that you're going to stream from. I have found StreamYard to be the easiest and the most friendly. By the way, let me know in the comments, who else on here is doing LinkedIn Live? Are you all doing it? Have you applied? How's it working for you? I'm kind of just curious because I'm enjoying it so far. And then I think this is the final tool that I was going to share with you guys. Sometimes people will ask, how do you store and like manage all of your content, and how do you keep track of all of it? I just use Google Drive. And I tell you what, guys, this is actually, because this is probably helpful to see. If you want the slides that I was going to show this morning, just send me a DM and let me know, and I'll upload them somewhere and send you a link so you can see what all these things look like. Because I've got a visual of how we do my content calendar, and it's really simple. We just use Google Drive to store and organize all the content. So it's easy to keep track of. We've got a content calendar in there that gets updated every month. And then we also just have a folder. So every week, my social media manager and I have a folder where it's like, this is this week's content. As I'm creating content, I'm in charge of creating the videos. I will record those and upload those into the folder. And then she takes them and she repurposes them into quotes, into shorter form content, and she puts them in there for me to go through and approve. So it's a simple process. It's easy, but Google Drive is the one that we use. So that is it. That is it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we use on a regular basis. I don't think there is. Do you all have any questions? Okay, I'm seeing on LinkedIn, again, sorry, it's not telling me your name, but what's the difference between Facebook Live and LinkedIn other than Tribe? Anything technically different? Great question. So the difference is just where you're streaming. So Facebook has had live video for quite some time. For LinkedIn, it's a little bit newer. So the main differences would be who's going to see it, which is part of why I like doing a tool like StreamYard so that multiple people can see it, because you can stream to both Facebook and LinkedIn at the same time. The other thing that would be technically different is that with LinkedIn, like I was mentioning before, you still can't natively stream to LinkedIn. And what that means is on Facebook, for example, or on Instagram, I can open up the app and I can just stream live right from that app. On LinkedIn, they don't have that capability yet as of the last time I checked. I'm sure they will at some point. So you have to use a third-party platform to stream. So they've got a list of different platforms that you can use. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, but I'm doing mine live right now through a tool called StreamYard, so I can see LinkedIn comments coming through, but I'm not actually on LinkedIn. Hopefully someday they will have the ability to stream live, but it's also kind of nice to be able to simulcast and stream to multiple places at once. Yes, the spelling is correct. It's all one word, but that is the correct spelling. Hey, Akil, good morning. Heather is saying, send me a copy of content calendar. Perfect. Hey, Heather, send me a DM and I will be more than happy to send that over. I want to make sure I don't forget to, so send me a DM and I will be more than happy, and just send me your email in there as well. So any other questions, guys? Any other questions on video tech and tools? Any challenges you're bumping up against? I am here. I got 4 more minutes until my next thing, and I am happy to answer questions. One thing that I will offer, and I've got this in the presentation, I've got links for this, but there's a couple free resources for you guys that may be helpful if you're looking to take this to the next level. One is an ebook that I wrote that's really, I think it's really packed with valuable, actionable information that you can use to get super confident on video, and then figure out like what's the right tech for me to use, what are the right strategies for me to use, what are the right platforms. And it's a lot of what I teach my group coaching clients in the Magnetic Video Confidence and Lead Generation program. It's like the high level stuff that I teach, but you can get that for free at ElyseArcher.com/entrepreneur ebook. So ElyseArcher.com/entrepreneur ebook. Please feel free to go grab that. That's going to give you a lot of more of a deep dive into some of what we talked about today, as well as some of the mindsets and strategies of really successful content creators. So again, we're seeing a question, and again, I'm sorry, it's not telling me who your name is. Any limitations on number of platforms? Great question. I believe there is, and I think it depends on the plan. So I would say go to their website and look, because it'll tell you how many platforms you can stream to at once, depending on the plan. For a while, I used the free version, and I think that just lets you stream to one. I do use the paid version now. It's right under, I think, $20 a month. So it's pretty affordable, and it allows you to stream to multiple. I don't know that maybe there's a limit of like 5, but I need, like right now, I need 2. But I would go to the website and check. Heather is saying you like a mic or just iPhone for recording videos. Yeah, so for me, I record videos on my laptop, but you can do it like really simply. So absolutely. So you're referencing using the Hey Mic, which is also a great microphone that you guys can check out. HEYMIC, and then iPhone. Yeah, it's like just literally, it can be super simple. You don't need any of this tech that I talked about today to get started. I recommend get started, figure out what works for you, nail down your strategy, and then get the right tech that's going to help support you in that. One other free resource that I would love to offer to you guys is right now I'm offering complimentary calls. If you want to just get on the phone with me and have some time for like, hey, like let's talk through the strategy for your videos. Where are you stuck? Are you struggling with confidence? Are you struggling with strategy? More than happy to make myself available for that. I will not be doing that for much longer, because I'm going to be going on maternity leave in a month or 2 here. But if you want to book some time on the phone with me now to talk through that, happy to offer a free, a complimentary discovery call there. And just because I can't put the link up here, just go ahead and send me a DM and let me know that you want to book it, and I'll send you the link to get that scheduled. So guys, really, really enjoyed spending time with you today. I hope this was helpful to all of you. Let me know, send me a DM if you have any follow-up questions on any of this. And again, if you want the slides, or if you want to book that call, and I am here to help you any way that I can. All right, wishing you a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.